Camera's rolling, guys.
Hey, damn. Another day in paradise.
Yeah, we done broke spring out now.
Yeah. Blessed to be outside. Blessed to be here.
So what made you get started in poetry, bro?
Oh my God, you're one of those.
A woman. I swear, bro.
Right?
You know, I'm all rap. So
Okay.
I've been rapping since I was 12. So it was all about, bars, and being aggressive, metaphors and stuff like that. Then I met a woman while I was in prison.
It'll be fine.
And when you trying to be romantic, it's easier to be poetic than it is to rap to him. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So she was into the poetry. I kind of talked to her about it. She got off into the poetry, and then she asked me, did I get in the poetry, and me just trying to meet the, you know what I'm saying, meet the expectation of the romance. I'm like, I could do some poetry, you know what I mean? So I played with it. And I wrote something, and I shocked myself, honestly. And from then on, I was just writing pieces back and forth about her, or using her as my muse. And then once I got a little knack for it, I'm like, damn, I could really take this really in any direction. I really didn't see a difference between the rap and the poetry. Actually, the poetry became more easier because when you turn the beat off, I got more time to, I can play with my cadences and pauses, and I think it bring the actor out of you too. You know what I mean?
Personal.
Yeah, more personal and stuff like that. How you get into it though?
See, me, I started off with a rap background also. But maybe like 2011, I seen a flyer on the wall. I was in prison. And it was creative art, submit your poems. I had two pieces that I wrote. One called Prison's Place, and the other one is I think it was The Real Story. And I did Tales from the Juvenile. So it was so much I was doing, so I submitted some stuff in the PCAP.
Yeah.
And my whole mind transformation was, you see, this was like 2011. It's like, who want to hear a 31-year-old rapper at this time? I'm like, man, I'm not.
Right.
So I was like, I had to find a way to write myself out of prison. So I started writing. I sent them two poems I had in. It really wasn't poems. They was really like expressions of my thought.
Mm-hmm.
So when I sent them in, they got accepted to PCAP.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, maybe on to something. Put it in the book. My only goal was, at that time I had natural life and no parole. So my goal was I have to do something that my family could be proud of me about. So this was my drive. I was like, if I may never get out of prison, I have to do something. I gotta leave my mark. What's gonna be my mark? And that was the only thing I was focused on. I said, I have to do something that my mama can finally say I'm proud of.
Man, that's funny, bro. Cause that's how I look at life, though. Like if you notice, a lot of the things I say in this last piece we did is that I was trying to stress the fact that, regardless of the fact of being incarcerated, incarceration and feeling locked up it really don't have nothing to do with being behind them bars, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so now, like, I kind of live my life with that thought always in mind. That's what motivates me really to get up every day, bro. Just the mark that I'm gonna leave, because I left such a stain that led me to prison. Now I want to leave the same stain on a positive note. You know what I mean? So I think about that every day, bro. What type of mark can I leave behind? You know what I mean? Because I feel like life is gonna be a forever struggle. Because now we out here and now we trying to reintegrate, and now we dealing with new adversities, with new, you know what I'm saying? New ways to implement ourselves into this society and get institutionalized in a different way out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? There's people out here moving in the same way. You know what I'm saying? On that conveyor belt. You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna always be faced with that, always faced with them different challenges, bro. So I got that same mindset. Okay, well, if I'm here and I'm gonna be really in this struggle, you know what I'm saying? You have rays of sunshine. I ain't saying that life is all doom and gloom. I'm just saying we deal with constant adversity. So if I'm gonna be here in this struggle for the rest of my life, what mark can I leave before I go? You know what I'm saying?
I think one of the hardest parts that guys have to look at being returning citizens is you have to be willing to relearn. And that's the hardest part because everything that we grab, our best thinking got us in prison. So now you coming back out of the prison, now you coming back into society, you're a returning citizen. You have to leave a lot of that stuff behind.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part because the things you leaving behind are your memories, are your friends. Like you coming out here, you don't really know these people out here.
Right.
So you relearning them. They relearning you because a lot of people, how they look at you right now is they think about how you was when you went in.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to have conversations with my family to let them know like, I'm not him no more.
Yeah.
That kid that went in there, I'm coming out a grown man, my mind's matured, I done learned some things, I know how to behave myself.
Right.
It's about being positive, like giving back to the community. That's the main thing. Like everybody said, everybody come to prison and say, oh man, I'm gonna give back to the community, work with the kids. But people try to cheat the process.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a process that, like we've been talking about all along, it takes time. We can't rush nothing.
For sure. Turtle race.
Got to. You want to stay out here, it's fun out here.
It's funny how you say that our best thinking got us inside.
Best
That's
thing.
crazy. Because we were sure thinking we was gonna get away with that shit.
Man, that was our best thinking. We came up with that plan.
I swear. I swear, put it together. I'm talking about aha moment. Like,
Yeah.
Eureka.
We got this shit.
Yeah, for sure. So, you're right though, bro.
So tell us about this project